Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is my empties video where for every 5 products that I finish up, I like to sit down and film one of these so that I could just give you my thoughts on these products based on my user experience. And my goal is to give you as much information as I can in case you wanted to go out and purchase any of these products for yourself. So I usually sit down and film one of these when I have 5 products, but for this video, I have a lot more than 5 products. I counted, there's 14 products in here that I will go through one by one. And the reason for that is I didn't get a chance to film one last month. And many of my products, well, most of my products, they were nearing the end anyway, so I just, happened to finish them up around the same time. But there are a few in here that I will be tossing, even though they're not done, but I will let you know why when we get to each of those products. So the first product is this shampoo. This is the Innersense Hydrating Cream Hair Bath. This is a luxurious hydrating shampoo for dry, thirsty hair, and this is 10 fluid ounces or 295 ml, and this retails for $28. So I received this in a Beauty Heroes box. When was it? It was the March selection. So I will have dates either up here, and I'll let you know when I opened up the product and when I finished it. And the reason I like to do that is because, sometimes I'll open up a product and maybe it's a product that I only use like a few times a week or maybe just once a week. So you can kind of have a general idea of how long it took for me to finish the products. And this shampoo isn't one that I used every single day, especially during like the spring and summer, I would say. Well, no, in the spring I think I could use it a bit more frequently than the summer, but this shampoo is very, very hydrating. One of the things that's really memorable to me about the shampoo is I was in the Philippines earlier this year for 2 weeks, and my sister and I, we were in the ocean like almost every single day, and it really did dry out my hair. But I'd received this right before I left for that trip, and so I took some with me in a travel sized bottle, and I think this is what really saved my hair from being like really dry with like the sun exposure and like the salt water and all of that. I really appreciated having this on the trip. I did cut back on how often I used this once the weather got hotter and more humid here in Korea, but if I purchased this like around in the winter or like right before winter, I think this bottle would last me a shorter amount of time because I'd probably use it more often. And another reason that I love this is because it smells like an orange creamsicle. Next, I finished Beautycounter's body butter in the scent Citrus Mimosa. This is from the Beautycounter and Target collaboration from last year. The collaboration was going on while I was visiting Maui last September. So I went into Target and I picked this up. It's 103 ml or 3.5 fluid ounces. I purchased it for $30 because I think the Beautycounter line at Target, like all the products were $30 or like near $30. I think it was just for the collaboration that they released a 3.5 fluid ounce product, because on their website there's a 4.4 fluid ounce. It's slightly more than this, and it retails for $39. So I got a smaller one for $9 less. So the first thing I want to mention about this is that I thought I would love the smell just because of the name, Citrus Mimosa, but I was not crazy about the smell like whatsoever. It kind of smells like very artificial. It doesn't smell like a very, like a natural crisp orange scent or anything. But this body butter is like intensely hydrating, and that was like the saving grace for me for this product, because I put it on and I didn't like love how I smelled. But the thing I love the most about this, again, like referring to my Philippines trip, because we spent so much time outdoors and like on the beach and stuff, when I got back to Korea after that trip, like my skin was peeling, but not because it was burnt, but it was just, I guess, really dry. And I don't remember if I brought this with me to the Philippines, but I do remember using this like every single day when I got back. This really saved my skin. Like, it's so nourishing. Like nothing else in my collection was quite as hydrating as this one. So I would really recommend this actually if you are not as sensitive to scents, I guess. I mean, it doesn't smell bad, but again, I really like the more, yeah, I don't know, there's something very artificial smelling about this. But if you don't mind that as much and you just want something that is really going to like take care of like dry patches or like using after, you know, a lot of sun exposure, I highly recommend this. I finished up a tube of the toothpaste from Kiss My Face. This is a triple action cool mint gel. This is fluoride free, 4.5 ounces, and I purchased this for $4.45. So before I discovered David's natural toothpaste, which is my favorite, I know I've talked about it in a previous Empties video. So yeah, before I discovered David's and before I was able to get my hands on a tube, because it's not available in Korea, I was using this for a really long time. I like it because it doesn't contain SLS, there's no artificial flavors, artificial colors, and artificial sweeteners in this. I haven't tried too many other natural toothpaste brands, but of the ones I've tried, I would say this is the closest feeling or tasting one to like your conventional toothpaste. I know I didn't really like Tom's. I forget exactly why, but I remember like trying a tube or two and then I decided I don't want to purchase it again. But yeah, I enjoyed this when I was using it for, you know, several months. But after trying David's, I realized that this is really sweet compared to David's. And so the only reason I have this, I had this recently, is because I was waiting for a shipment that I'd ordered. And while I was waiting, I needed toothpaste. So we ordered this from iHerb, I believe. So the pro is that this is much cheaper than David's. A tube of David's is $8, where this is $4.45. So yeah, I guess if you want to switch from a conventional toothpaste to a more natural one, this might be a good place to start. But yeah, like I said, if you do try David's, you might find that this is way sweeter. This is the Pa'akai cleansing cream from the brand Honua Skincare. The color of this cleansing cream is a pale pink, so when this product is actually full, the bottle's really pretty. It's like this frosted glass with this pale pink product inside. And this was actually a gift from Jeannie. Honua Skincare was a Beauty Heroes featured brand several months ago, and that collection didn't work out for me. My skin reacted like I had irritation, and so those two products actually passed on to my husband, and he's still using them when I remember to, you know, do his skincare for him at night, because otherwise he won't use it. So because I didn't, you know, luck out with those products, Jeannie sent this to me, and I tried this out and I loved this cleanser. You know what's interesting is I just kind of tried this because it was a bestseller, and I just realized now that I didn't look into the ingredient list or anything like that in depth. This is a naturally scented daily cleanser that helps even skin tone, tighten pores, and leave skin completely refreshed. This contains Hawaiian salt, hibiscus, seaweed extract, and it does not strip or dry the skin, which I completely agree with. I would say the consistency, I was going to compare it to the Glossy Milky Jelly Cleanser, but I realized they don't feel anything alike. But I like both of those cleansers for the morning because they feel really gentle. This almost feels like you're washing your face with the lotion. And I know some people, maybe with oilier skin types, you might not like that feeling because it just feels like heavy. And some people just really prefer like the squeaky clean feeling after. I am not one of those people, like especially in the mornings. I like the more gentle hydrating cleansers. So this guy, this is the full size. It's 2 fluid ounces or 60 ml, and this retails for $24. When I ran out of my Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser, instead of repurchasing it, I started using this and only this in the morning. And I would say, like, of my entire skincare collection, this is one of the few items that I used consistently every day. And I say that because, you know, if I have like 5 different face oils, I'll be on somewhat of a rotation with all of them. But yeah, this was my one and only morning cleanse. I absolutely love this product and I would purchase this with my own money. Next is Stark Skincare's City Recalibrating Oil. This is the smallest size that they offer. This is 15 ml or 0.5 fluid ounces. Yeah, and then she also has a 30 ml and a 50 ml available on her website. I'm referring to Jess, who is the founder of Stark Skincare. And so when I first, this is one of the first products that I purchased from Stark. It was this, the Eclipse Activated Cleansing Gel. Yeah, I think those were the two that I started out with. This is, the 15 ml is $25. I really like that she had different sizes available because, you know, in case it didn't work out for my skin, it wasn't a huge commitment because, you know, the price I think is very reasonable and you get, you know, half the normal amount of like what face oils usually come in, which is 1 fluid ounce. So Stark Skincare just creates her products for city dwellers. So in the city, you know, you're prone to like more air pollution from like cars and buildings and factories and all of that stuff. So she created this with people that live in the city in mind. And let's see, this is supposed to protect your skin from city damage, and it contains nourishing and purifying plant oils. And she has a proprietary blend in here called her Evergreen Complex. And it's supposed to help fortify the skin's natural barrier function and resilience. It protects from harsh city elements such as pollution, stress, indoor air, smoke, weather, etc. She describes it as a medium light oil. I absolutely think that this is such a medium light oil, meaning it's not like so light that you won't feel it on, but like after you apply it on, it doesn't take too long for it to like sink into the skin. And I think this goes so nicely with whatever I layer on top. Recently, when I was in Australia, the weather was really dry in Sydney, and so I had to pick up a thick cream for my face, like one that was formulated for people with eczema. And I still wore this underneath that heavy cream, but my face did not feel like overly, you know, greasy or oily. And I think it's really because this is like quick absorbing, like quick as in it's not like it disappears and you don't feel it anymore, but even when layering under such a thick product, like I didn't feel, you know, gross. And I even wore makeup on top of that, and I don't think that I looked any more, I guess, greasy because I was wearing such a thick moisturizer. But now that like I'm back in my normal environment, I have been using this under my Josh Rosebrook Nutrient Day Cream. Like those two I love together so much. Every morning, like I wear those two, especially if I'm going outside. One of the selling points for me with this oil is that Jess formulated this for people with like congested, like acne prone skin that still wants, you know, that hydration without, you know, worrying about it congesting your skin. And because this works so nicely with my products, with my other products, I love this oil. I'm actually on my second bottle right now. Like by the time I was almost done with this, I already placed another order for City, and this is one I will continue to use in the future. This next product is not an empties. In fact, it's quite full. One of my products, I guess, leaked in the box that I collect my stuff in because everything is like super greasy right now. Okay, so this is Beautycounter's Tint Skin, and this is a hydrating foundation. It's 40 ml or 1.35 fluid ounces, and this I purchased for $41. So before I started using the Glossier Skin Tint regularly, like that's my go-to foundation, I was using this for quite a while. This is actually my second tube, and the first tube I had of this product, it was my favorite foundation for a while. Because before this, I was using the Honest Beauty Tinted Moisturizer. That definitely provided like heavier coverage, and I liked it because I remember during that time when I was using the Honest Beauty Tinted Moisturizer, I had a lot more hyperpigmentation issues going on, and I liked, like, it really did even out my skin so well. But after a while, I realized that I didn't want or need the full coverage, so I transitioned over to this based on my friend Lauren's recommendation, and I loved it. So when I finished my first tube, I purchased this one, and I purchased my first bottle of Glossier's Perfecting Skin Tint. So comparing those two, I mean, the skin tint is way more sheer. this one is definitely a medium coverage. I forget like how Beautycounter markets this. I don't think it's a full coverage foundation. Yeah, if you just wanted like an evening out, but you'd like to go in to spot conceal, I think this is great. The reason I'm getting rid of this one is because for some reason, like when I would blend this out on my skin, there's like little clumps in here that it doesn't, even though I like rub it in, I still kind of see it. And so when I would put it on my face, I would have to take a tweezer and just like remove the clumps from my face. And that was, you know, obviously not fun and time consuming. But yeah, even with the beauty blender or my fingers, I couldn't get it to spread out. So I'm convinced that something is wrong with this formulation. I wanted to like power through it and use it because I paid for it. But I remember a few times that I wore this, Brandon would like come home and be like, "What are you wearing on your face? Like you look really," what did he say? Oh, chalky. I was like, ghostly? No, it's not ghostly. Like I remember him commenting on my face and he was like, "You look really chalky." And he wasn't trying to be mean, but he was like, "Yeah, whatever you're using, it doesn't look good on you. Maybe you shouldn't use it anymore." I believe the Tint Skin foundation is their best-selling foundation. And I do want to be clear that the first tube that I used of this, I really did enjoy it. But for this specific one, I am going to let it go. Next, I have Max & Me's Circle of Protection Body Oil. This was the Beauty Heroes Hero product in April. And this body oil is 100 ml or 3.4 fluid ounces, excuse me. This is an expensive product. It's $75 and it has a pretty short shelf life, which is 4 months. And I think I've mentioned this in my Beauty Heroes review of this. So when I was reading up on this and learning about this product, Max & Me's founder, Tanya, she talks about how like the oils in here are hot. They contain high vibrations and has a lot to do with like energy and stuff like that. And not that I don't believe in energy or anything like that. The whole thing behind like the highly vibrational oils, it didn't resonate like deeply with me like it did with maybe other reviews or bloggers. And so for me, it was really like, oh, okay, there's really high quality oils in here. It smells really nice. And I really liked the experience of putting it on, but I didn't necessarily find that I felt some sort of like a warm embrace or some kind of protection or anything like that from this oil. So yeah, basically for me, it was just a nice product. It didn't mean any more to me than that. Unfortunately, I'm not finished with this bottle. I remember I would put it on and just something smelled a little bit off. Like, I wouldn't say it's like completely stinky or rancid or anything, but I do know that it smells different from when I first got it. And it's such a shame because this is really expensive. But yeah, it's not something that I would purchase again. One thing that I learned recently about myself is that I'm not like hugely into body oils. I would much prefer like a hydrating body butter or like a thicker lotion, just because my body skin tends to be more on the dry side. And so yeah, unfortunately I have to let this go. Next we've got MUN's. This is their Purifying Cleanser, and this is gentle, pH balanced, leaves skin soft and moisturized. It removes waterproof makeup and sunscreens, and it's suitable for all skin types. And I completely agree with everything that's listed on here. This is 3.38 fluid ounces or 100 ml, and it retails for $60. This is actually my second bottle. The first bottle I received from Beauty Heroes because this was their hero product. When was it? Last year sometime. So yeah, I loved that so much that I went ahead and bought this. I honestly did not think that I could spend $60 on a cleanser, but after trying MUN, I would gladly purchase this again. How would I describe the texture? It's not quite like all creamy. It's like a creamy lotion that kind of feels like an oil. And I think I remember reading the description for this saying that it's like a nice transition to someone who's never oil cleansed before. It does have a very hydrating feeling. I love the experience of using this, and I really like that I can use this as a first cleanse or a second cleanse. So if you wanted to use this to take off makeup, you would just put it on over a dry face and then use a warm washcloth to remove it, and then you can go in with this as a second cleanse. And I do believe that this was designed, or like it was formulated to kind of just balance out your skin, so that when you're to use a toner or serum after, your skin can, you know, absorb it and just really reap all the benefits when applied after using this cleanser. I found that when I was using like really thick or thicker sunscreen while I was traveling, this did such a good job of removing everything. And I know that because if I don't remove it well, like I will get like congested like spots on my face. I love the scent of this. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but there's something really special about this. Like I know that I'm going to purchase this again in the future. I still have so many products that I'm going through before, you know, my husband and I move out of the country. Yeah, I really recommend this if this is in your budget. What else did I want to say about this? Sometimes I feel like it's harder to talk about products that I really love because I feel like I can't really do it justice. But yeah, highly recommend. Then I've got another cleanser. This is Stark Skincare's Eclipse Activated Cleansing Gel. Let's see, it's 120 ml, and I believe it only comes in one size. And I'm pretty sure of that. Otherwise, I would have gotten the bigger one. This is the first bottle I've finished up, but I do have a second bottle that I'm using right now. This one is often sold out on Stark Skincare's site. Both times that I purchased this, I had to sign up to be on the wait list, or like to receive the email to be notified when this is back in stock. Oh, it actually says on Jess's site that it's temporarily out of stock now, like once it's sold out, because she's reformulating it for increased awesomeness. I don't know how she's gonna make this better because I really love this already. It says it's $29, but maybe, I wonder if that's the price for the new formulation. I think I paid $35 for this. So, It's a rich, creamy black gel, and it contains no oils and rinses clean. So I really enjoy this as a second PM cleanse. So in the evenings, I'll use a cleansing balm or some sort of makeup remover, and then I will put some of this on. I don't know why I just did that. I will layer some of this on as a second cleanse, and I think she recommends you keep this on for 30 seconds. So while this is on my face, I will brush my teeth. I use this similarly to how I use Lanee's Purify cleanser. That was last month's Beauty Hero selection. This, it is super creamy. It's not very thick. Like, my skin feels really clean after using this. And what I found actually is when I do have any kind of skin irritation, or like my skin's looking a little bit inflamed, whenever I use this in the evening, the next day my skin just looks calmer. And I'm sure it's not just this cleanser, because I do use like serums and moisturizers on top of that. This is one that I have been using consistently. I mean, I am on my second bottle. Before I received the Lanee cleanser, like this is what I was using every single evening. So this has activated coconut charcoal to detoxify, and it contains white willow bark to exfoliate and calm inflamed skin. Okay, so it is calming. Jess formulated this for oily, combination, and acne-prone skin in need of balance and decongestion. And it's for anyone who needs extra daily deep down cleanse without any stripping. And I think that's like the perfect description for this. It's one that I'm going to continue to use. I really think that having Stark in my collection has really changed my skin. I've been getting a lot of compliments on my skin lately, and although I do have a really nice collection of great products and new ones that I'm slowly introducing, I would say that the products that I've been using consistently for a longer period of time is Stark. And you know, I have the Eclipse, I use City, I've been using her PM oil, the Midnight, on a few nights. The core of my skincare is built around Stark, and then anything new that I buy or receive, like, you know, I make room for it in rotation. But yeah, I really love this and I highly recommend this. I can't wait to see what the next generation of Eclipse is going to look like. Next, I've got LAVANILA's Vanilla Bean Creamy Body Oil. It is an oil that's spun into a silky formula that deeply hydrates, nourishes, and firms. This contains 3.4 ounces of product, and I purchased, this cost $39, but I got it for a little bit cheaper because I bought it during the VIB sale last year. I first fell in love with the LAVANILA scent when I tried out their healthy deodorant a few years ago. And then I've tried the LAVANILA body butter, and I really like that as well. So I was really curious when this came out, so I purchased it during the VIB sale. But I have to say, there's something a little bit off about the scent of this, and I don't know if it's because of the length of time I've had it. I just realized it doesn't have, like, you know, usually the products on the back, they tell you how long to use the product once it's opened. There's no indication of that. So I'm just wondering if this is way past its shelf life, because it smells very artificial and plasticky, and I have applied this and just felt nauseous, so that's why I'm letting it go even though it's not finished. There's still like that much product left. I found that for as moisturizing as it felt when I initially applied it, it wasn't, the hydration wasn't as lasting. My skin did not feel relieved. And yeah, on top of that, it's just smelling really funny, so I'm letting this go. It's supposed to be a non-greasy sheer formula. I disagree that it's not non-greasy. I do think it's a little bit greasy. And it's instantly absorbed. I don't really agree with that. And it says, discover all the benefits of an oil without the grease. Yeah, I don't know, it kind of felt greasy but not moisturizing. Isn't that? I don't know. Anyway. Here is the DivaWash by the makers of the DivaCup, which is a menstrual cup. This is a botanically enriched cleanser for face, body, and the DivaCup. This is 6 fluid ounces, and I purchased this for $9.96. I originally bought this as a cleanser for my DivaCup, but once I bought it, I learned that you could use this as a face cleanser or a shower and bath gel. I've never used this on my face, and I have tried this as a body cleanser. And it's a, oh, you know what? I think this is what's been leaking. Ooh, it smells like citrus, yeah, orange and lavender. I know I talked about my DivaCup and this wash briefly in my What's in My Medicine Cabinet video. And I said that you don't have to purchase this. You know, you could just use like Dr. Bronner's Castile soap to wash your DivaCup, or like use a mild soap. But after I said that, like someone commented on that video, and she was sharing how she went to DivaCup's website, and it specifically said not to use Castile soap to wash your DivaCup because it can compromise the quality of the silicone and cause it to break down. And then I was thinking, okay, then what else? Is there another alternative that I can use to wash my DivaCup? And I think it just says, if you don't want to use the DivaWash, please use a mild oil-free soap. And I don't even really know how to begin with searching for a soap like that. I think I googled like mild, you know, oil-free soap, and it didn't really yield any helpful results for me. So because I invested in my DivaCup, I wouldn't want to, you know, use a product that would compromise the quality of it. So I did go ahead and purchase a new bottle of the DivaWash after having finished this one. So I would say for the purposes of cleaning my DivaCup, I am going to continue with this until I can find another solution. I mean, that's like the only reason I guess I would recommend this. Like I mentioned, I haven't used this on my face, so I don't know what it's like as a facial cleanser, and I'm not interested in using this on my face. I think it would be nice to travel with this, not in this container, but if you wanted to pour it into a small travel-sized one, that way you can have a body wash as well as something to cleanse your DivaCup. But again, like if you don't own menstrual cups or you're not interested, I wouldn't recommend this. This is Kiehl's Ultimate Strength Hand Salve. All-day care for severely dry, active hands. This is a very thick hand cream. Let's see, I don't know when I opened this, and I've had multiple tubes of this, so I don't even know which one it is. 2.5 fluid ounces or 75 ml, and I purchased it for $15, and I forget if that was on sale or if that's the regular price. For a long time, this was my preferred hand cream. I used to keep one at my bedside. This is the one that was at my bedside. I had one at my vanity, and then I would keep one in my bag because my hands and cuticles would get really dry, because I do wash my hands pretty often, you know, especially when I'm like working with kids and stuff. So yeah, this is really, really moisturizing, but I haven't purchased it since I got this, and I know this is at least like 2 years old, I would have to say. I first discovered this, I think, in 2014 when I won it at a white elephant exchange, and since then I was like really into it before I decided to switch over to cleaner products. So alongside my Kiehl's Ultimate Salve hand cream, I had another hand cream at my bedside, and these two just lived on my nightstand, and I would use these both on my hands, but this one more so for my feet. The brand is I don't know if it's Herbacin or Herbacin, and it's in German because my friend Susanna bought this in Germany and she sent me a care package years ago. I think it's 2014 or 15. I've had this for a really long time, but yeah, everything's in German. So yeah, this is a hand cream with glycerin. This is 75 ml. It has a 12-month shelf life, so I definitely use this for way longer. I didn't even pay attention to this. I just had it next to my bedside, and most of the times I just like applied it in the dark. On Amazon, I believe there's a size that's bigger than this, and it costs about $8. As much as I love the performance of this, I'm not comfortable recommending it to you because there's multiple parabens in here. The ingredient list isn't even that long. It's about that much of the tube, but already I see 3 parabens that are listed here, and it contains fragrance. I would say that of the two, this one's probably the lesser evil, but also it's Kiehl's, and might be surprised if there aren't parabens in here too. Yep, there's methylparaben. Okay, sorry, this one has paraben in it too. So I don't know, unless you're someone who really doesn't care about that. I don't know, guys. The last product I want to share with you today is LILFOX's Jungle Glow. This is the Rainforest Honey Enzyme Cleanser and Mask. And this was Beauty Hero's hero product in March 2017, so earlier this year. This is 3.4 fluid ounces or 100 ml, and this costs $75, so it's quite pricey. It is completely clean in here because I washed and dried it, because I'm definitely going to reuse this jar. It's like this very sturdy glass. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in here yet. In the beginning, I only used it as a mask because I felt like it was so precious to use as a cleanser and to just wash off. It's honey from a Hawaiian rainforest. It contains raw cacao, organic rosehip oil, and maracuja oil. It contains Amazonian white clay to gently exfoliate and soften skin. So when I was using this as a mask, I remember I had the same thoughts as when I was using L'Oreal's Honey Berry Enzyme Mask. I love how my skin feels after because it's seriously like really, really smooth after. But because it's a honey-based mask, what I found was that even if I was sitting upright or lying down or, you know, trying not to apply such a heavy layer, I found that it would still like drip down my face, and the honey would end up on my neck, sometimes like, you know, in my bra. So that was sort of annoying. I think towards the end, when I just had a little bit of product left, I thought, okay, instead of just using it in one go as a mask, I wanted to try it as a cleanser. I used this as a second cleanse. So after removing my makeup, I would take a little bit of this and then just, you know, go like massage my face with it. It's really nice as a cleanser. I don't know if I would ever purchase this just to use as a cleanser, but again, like as much as I loved how my skin felt afterwards, like the process, it wasn't like relaxing for me to use this as a mask because I had to worry about the honey dripping, you know, onto my clothes, like sometimes onto my cushions on the couch. I would definitely not put this on and like lie in bed. Yeah, like those factors like kind of deter me from wanting to purchase this. But I would say, like, of all the ways that I've used it, my favorite way, and it took me a while to try it like this, is to mix a bit of LILFOX's other mask. It's the powdered coconut milk mask. It's called the LILFOX Cleopatra mask. Oh my gosh. The Cleopatra mask was the sidekick to this. And at first it just has like a really funky smell. But with that, since it's a powdered mask, you mix it in with a little bit of water and it just dries similarly to a clay mask. And I didn't have a dripping issue with it. But when I removed the Cleopatra mask, my skin felt just as amazing, if not more amazing than this one. So after trying both, I went ahead and purchased a full size of the Cleopatra, the powdered one. It's the same size as this. I mean, they're both pricey. I think the Cleopatra was like $88. I'm so thankful that I got to try this through a Beauty Heroes discovery, because I don't know if I would have spent $75, you know, of my own money to try this from the get-go. But having used up the whole thing and knowing the pros and cons of this product, I am content with coming to the conclusion that I personally wouldn't repurchase it again, because I really enjoy the Cleopatra mask and I feel like I get pretty comparable, if not better, results with that one. Alright, that is all I have for you. Look at all the stains from the empty products that I've been storing in here. I've had this box, you guys, for 3 years now. Oh my gosh. This is the box where I won this in the White Elephant Exchange. And I think this was around the time when I first started my YouTube channel, so it's pretty crazy. I'm probably gonna toss this before we move to Hawaii, but I feel like this has been like a star in all of my empty product videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!